Wait a minute, I hear something.
Dr. Movie! Dr. Movie! Blueberry News! Dr. Movie! Dr. Movie! Yeah!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dr. Movie, the show where we're just easing on down the road and talking about movies. We're still knocking them out here for our stupid movie club, and we just did Hamburger the Motion Picture. And to follow that up, I was even asked, hey, what about Hot Dog? And sure enough, Hot Dog the Movie. If we want to talk about it or not, it is on today's menu. And this one comes from 1984, comedy / sport movie. Yeah, when I first read that, I was like, "It's a sport movie?" Well, if your idea of a sport movie is a bunch of slow motion montages of people flipping off, hillsides and with skis, sure, it's a sports movie, I guess. Because there's plenty of that. It almost looks like what was it? Was it a Juicy Fruit commercial, or was it a spearmint gum commercial, double mint, where they're skiing and they're doing all the stuff, and who cares? I'm dating myself. This movie, it got a 5 out of 10 on IMDb. Somebody said, I think it was Rob, said that this was in a 2-pack with hamburger and hot dog put together, which is kind of ridiculous because they have nothing in common. I really don't understand why this movie is even called Hot Dog. I think it's said once in the movie, but I don't know. I really don't know. Did the director of Hamburger do this movie? I don't think so. So I'm just trying to figure out the connection here of why this is called Hot Dog the Movie when you had Hamburger the Motion Picture. Anywho, I don't know that it really matters. Let's read a little synopsis here. Hoping to prove his skills at freestyle skiing, Idaho farm boy Harkin heads to a competition in California's Squaw Valley Ski Resort, offering a ride to hitchhiker musician Sunny. Is she a musician? I don't remember her being a musician at all. On the way, it says. Harkin's main rival in the contest is Rudy, an arrogant Austrian with guidance from former professor skier Dan. Harkin sets out to win the prize while being pursued by the gorgeous Sylvia, making Sunny jealous. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's almost like if I read this on the back of a box back in the day on a VHS or whatever, I'd been like, yeah, no thanks. Which is probably why, believe it or not, I've never seen this one. And this is exactly why. There's just some things that, I don't know, they just don't go together. When you see a movie called Hot Dog the Motion Picture, or the movie, Hot Dog the Movie, and it's a person on skis, there's just a weird, there's no connection there for some reason. It just doesn't make any sense. Anywho, I was hoping I was wrong, and I'm not sure that I was. Directed by Peter Markle, I guess. Peter Markle. He didn't really do anything major to talk about. Let's see here. He gave us Youngblood, if y'all remember that movie, from 86. Bat 21. That's not a bad flick. He gave us Wagons East. Yikes. John Candy's last film, I believe. No, it was Canadian bacon. This was close to the end, though. It's 94. Yeah. So, yeah, nothing great to talk about. Do we have a why to watch here? Why to watch? It's goofy, hedonistic, and raunchy. Yeah, this there's quite a bit of nudity in this movie. Surprisingly, but that's really all this movie's got going for it. I don't know. That's just it's just a weird thing. One of the stupid, silly, yet entertaining TNA party movies of the 80s has many hilarious moments for me. Yeah, I don't know. It was okay, you know, when it comes to that kind of stuff. Let's see. Let's talk about this cast. Tracy N. Smith is Sunny. She's the hitchhiking girl gets picked up. I don't really know what else she's been in. Let's look. But she was at Bachelor Party. Oh, yes, she was. She was in Asteroid. By the way, stealing a little George Carlin thunder here. Asteroids and hemorrhoids. Shouldn't those names be switched? Was it him that said that? I don't know. But yeah, asteroids and hemorrhoids. Put the hemorrhoids in the hemisphere, you know, and the other, you know, where they belong. Anywho, that's all I've really seen that she was in. Patrick Hauser is Harkin. He's our main character. That's a young Idaho kid that's gonna be a skier. Sure, that's realistic. What was he in? He was in Weekend Pass, which I don't really recommend. Endangered Species. Okay. Paper Dolls. So nothing major. We've got David Naughton. David Naughton is the saving factor of this movie. Yeah, Miss David Naughton. We need more David Naughton. This is a letdown for myself because I am a Naughton fan. And this is a good role for him. I really enjoyed him in this movie. So yeah, if anything, watch this movie for the nudity and David Naughton. It kind of does. And, well, Shannon Tweed, which, you know, of course you get to see her naked. Yep, Shannon Tweed's in this as Sylvia. So she's the woman that's trying to entice Harkin and makes Sonny jealous, even though Sonny's kind of a loose cannon too and does whatever she wants to do. So I don't know, they tried to make a love story out of this where there really is none. Well, we'll get to that here in a minute. Is there anybody else worth talking about? It don't look like it. So there you go. I mean, it's your typical cast of here's all your skiers that are the newbies, and they kind of group them all together, and then you got the guy that is winning everything, the snarky Austrian guy with his group, and this whole thing is a farce because it's televised, but it's televised for, you know, Norwegian television or whatever, so they never have an American winner, so it's always this Austrian guy. I'm just kind of making up some stuff here now, but it is. There's a tie-in to where, hey, our sponsors pay us to make this showable for them on their channel, so we can't have any of our guys outdoing them, right? David Naughton's character is a veteran. He's been doing this a long time. He's kind of a coach at this point, so it's his team versus the Austrians' team, even though they're all defending themselves individually, so it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you know, it's a ski movie, folks. If you want to see, like I said, a bunch of people, you know, turning flips and stuff off the side of a, you know, built-up snowbank, then have at it. I mean, it's got a few moments. I don't know. There's not really a lot to say about it. You know, that's kind of it. I mean, besides the nudity part, there's really not anything extravagant to talk about here. Yeah, that's kind of it. Thought I would have more, but I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, again, we missed the David Naughton thing. You got guys trying to come on to girls and making advances at them, and it never works out. Then he finally gets his lucky break in a sky lift or a ski lift, and the girl just unzips her tops and starts doing whatever she wants to do. And it's just like, okay, did we need that? Because and then again, I know it's the 80s, right? And that's where we were. But it's just, I don't know. In hindsight, you're going, really? And I love the fact that Sonny and Dude have this relationship, even though it never affects him. Even when things are bad between them, he still has to go out and ski, and he's not bothered by it. He just does what he's got to do. And I'm just like, so what's really the point of all this? Because I just don't see the I don't get it. I'm messed up when I kind of lost the words over this, because I don't know, it's a movie. It's got a few moments. It's got David Naughton in it. It's got Shannon Tweed naked in it. That's kind of it, folks. It's not stupid enough to be funny. It's not. I don't know. It just kind of falls flat. There's a whole bunch of montages, right? Slow motion skiing stuff, and I just, But I don't know. You may like it. It may be one of those movies you grew up with. That's why I can't completely demolish it just for me. I guess because I'm watching it from a point of view from seeing it now as a grown-up. Probably if I saw this as a kid, I would say I love this movie, but I don't know. Just don't do it for me. Maybe it's because of the skiing thing. I don't get into skiing movies because every skiing movie is the same story. The only real difference between this movie and Better Off Dead is the nude part, the naked stuff, and the kid wanting his $2. I mean, it's a skiing movie. You know what it's got to come down to. It's got to come down to the main bad guy and the main good guy in a battle. I mean, that's kind of how this thing works. Even though, here you kind of got a situation where, because, again, the TV stations kind of run everything, even though the dude definitely outperforms the Austrian guy, they still have to let the other guy win, because that's where the money is. So to do a big one-time off, who's really the champion thing, they do this big whatever it is. Everybody is competing against each other, and the winner gets, whatever amount of money it was and the trophy, right? Even though it's not a official event, they're just doing it on their own to try to prove a point. And there you go. So, our main guy beats the bad guy and he gets the trophy, and you're like, well, so what? Yeah, I mean, everybody knew he beat him before because they can see the footage. So what's the point of this whole race? I don't know. Anywho, that's just my take on this one. I don't plan on really checking this one out again. I guess I'd still give it I'll give it a 2 out of 5. Yeah, it's just okay. It's just kind of run of the mill for me. It's, like I said, it's just lacking that thing that really makes it different. It feels like Joysticks or any of those other movies that came out at this time. They're just kind of, sexual, raunchy, wannabe movies. Anywho, that's my take on Hot Dog. And hey, let me know what you think. Tell me where I'm wrong, because I'm all for people, because there's plenty of stupid movies that I love that I know are not good movies. But this one either wasn't bad enough or it wasn't good enough. It just kind of fell in that crevice there. There's nothing worse than getting a movie stuck in your crevice. It's the worst, right? All right, folks, that's it for this one. We will check you later.